Now, the first behind-the-scenes insight today comes from monster makers Sue Moore and her partner, Steve Mansfield. They'll be spending the day working on the monster mask before our very eyes. Steve, how do you start?
Right, well, the first thing that we would receive from the designer is, you know, his inspirations and ideas for the character.
A drawing.
A drawing, yeah. And then what we would do is simply, if it has to fit the actor perfectly, we would take a face cast of, you know, whoever it is.
And with plaster and straws and all the rest of straws up the nose.
The whole works, yeah. And then model straight onto that so that we know it's going to fit precisely and it's going to move with his face and what have you. Now, what we're actually going to do today is a Haemovore from a story called The Curse of Fenric, which went out, I think, last year. And so, as you see here, we've started modelling on a face cast with clay, yeah. And the next stage from that would be a plaster cast.
Right, like so how do you get that then, Sue?
All right, first of all, we've taken a plaster mould, in this case a one-piece mould, off the front of the sculpture. And so now what we're left with is the face cast of the actor and the outer mould, which we call the negative. And then we have this, what we call the positive. And so basically what we do from then onwards is we get the latex and actually, I won't brush in the whole thing. It's basically paint all around the outside with a brush or anything else that comes out, all around the inside of the plaster. Well, when we've actually gone round to the whole edge of it, all that right round the sides.
Does that dry as you go along? Or?
It does start to dry, depending on the weather. Would you believe it? A lot of warmth, like in the weather we've been having recently, it dries very quickly. Yeah. In cold days, obviously, it takes a bit longer.
And then?
We're basically, when we've painted in that, we then paint the outside of the face cast.
And then you lift it up?
And then we just basically take, we're going to be placing this inside of the original plaster outer mould, and then we foam up in the gap in between the two.
And we'll see the result of what happens.
Yes, later on, hopefully painted up.
Hopefully.
We'll look forward to speaking to you later.
Right, thanks a lot.